Hi guys, my name's Oldenavei, and I've been working on defamation cases as long as I can remember. This case that I'm about to present to you is probably the most horrific one I've seen yet. Let me show you. Just a month ago, Neekei was just a normal, flip-flop loving member of society. But that all changed when she started Snapchatting and messaging someone that she met on the notorious dating app, Flopper.
Physics lab. Oh, the counter. Yeah. And the last thing. Yeah. We gotta find out like after this test. I feel like I could spend like 4 hours looking at electronic stuff and would get like one more question. Tell me about it. Yeah. Yeah, people thought that was like, it was clear last year the final of that much. It's also frigid for what
Little did she know what this simple rejection would lead to. It was only the next day at work that Neekei realized something was off. Riff had posted an absolutely atrocious defamatory post. He actually dared to suggest that Neekei preferred sneakers over flip-flops and posted photoshopped pictures as evidence of his preposterous claim. Needless to say, Neekei's life went downhill from there. By the end of the day, she had lost her job.
You're fired.
What?
And by the end of the week, she had lost custody of her child. Neekei has been truly traumatized by these lies, and I cannot, as a fellow flip-flop loving citizen, stand by doing nothing. So I've decided that I will be personally working with Neekei to ensure that justice is served, and when this case is brought against the Supreme Court of flip-flops, everything goes well.
To the judges. We'll have to check out the law regarding defamation that will be the most compelling. The Restatement 2D of Torts in Section 558 notes, to create liability for defamation, there must be A, a false and defamatory statement concerning another, B, an unprivileged publication to a third party, C, fault amounting to at least to negligence on the part of the publisher with respect to the act of publication, and D, either actionability of the statement, irrespective of special harm or the existence of special harm caused by the publication.
So how will I argue my case?
Well, there's clearly evidence of a false statement. We can show them the original photoshopped pictures. We have screenshots of the Facebook post, which, by the way, is an unprivileged publication, and his fault was definitely greater than just the negligence, since he went through the trouble of photoshopping the pictures. And for the last aspect, can you describe the emotional damage you experienced?
I don't know, it's pretty traumatic, but I'll try my best. But will the facts be enough to convince the judges? I mean, it's not technically a crime to wear sneakers, and even though I was making fun of it, I technically was wearing them.
That's true. That means we might need a stronger argument. We have to keep in mind that these judges are human too, so we can strengthen your case by appealing to their emotional side.
But then, what if they think that I'm just trying to manipulate them? Or what if they just ignore my emotional appeal entirely?
Yeah, that's also true. Maybe we should find out a little bit more about the judges.
Hello, clerks. Please, tell me anything you can about the Supreme Court justices.
Well, in general, the justices are going to be mostly the same in their level of analyticalness and confidence. Usually they're not going to be very confident, though, which makes sense given that they're discussing cases, trying to persuade, taking in all the facts of the case.
Okay, thank you, Tavas. Wow, this is getting serious. I think it's time to put my hood down. Can any one of you tell me anything about the conservatives on the court? Who are they? What do they feel and think?
So Justice Thomas has a very slight downward trend in agreeableness over time. Scalia might have a slight upward trend in analyticalness, but he's also much more confident than most of the other justices on the court, especially Justice Ginsburg. The difference between those two is quite big. And the old Justice Roberts is not nearly as analytical as the new Justice Roberts. And so, a similarity that we found between Thomas, Roberts, and Kennedy is that they all have the highest upper limits of disgust. They're the only ones whose disgust goes above the 0.7 level.
That's very interesting. I like the confidence. It's very American. I can persuade him easier. Thank you very much. Which one of you can tell me anything about the liberals on the court?
So it's hard to say anything about Sotomayor or Kagan because they're so new. We only have 3 years or 3 lines worth of data points for them. But what I can tell you is that Justice Ginsburg has generally a higher range of conscientiousness than Scalia, Alito, and Breyer. So her range is from 0.5 to 1, whereas the others are range anywhere from 0.2 to 1.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that she's conscious. That's really helpful. Thank you. Okay, Bash. Well, anything? We've talked about conservatives. We've talked about liberals. What about the moderates on the court? Is there any? Are they all just on the extremes, or are there any of them that are moderate?
There is one moderate justice, Kennedy, the swing vote. And he's probably the only trend we see over time as he's gotten more analytical over the years. But there are also maybe a slight upward tendency to Scalia, but if you're looking for someone who's changed style, Kennedy's your man.
Okay. Thank you very much, clerks. I felt like that was a very knowledgeable experience. Thank you, okay, Bash.
Thank you.
Tavas. Havana Nas. Oh, hi there. After meeting with the clerks, I think our best plan of attack, the people that you should target specifically, should be the ones with the most anger, disgust, sadness, or agreeableness. Yeah, those are definitely the ones you want to target, yeah?
Sounds good. So, who are those judges?
Yeah, those clerks weren't really they were all words and no feelings. They were just all over the place. It was kind of confusing. I don't think there was a conclusive judge that really seemed to be more apt or not.